The men from Bollywood danced circles around the West Indies as they trampled over them by 125 runs in Manchester. Now India won the toss and elected to bat on a pitch that looked like it was more suited to the batting, and they were looking to get their runs quickly at the start. And they were going along smoothly until Kimaru struck with the wicket of Rohit Sharma. Now this brought to the crease Virat Kohli, number 1 ODI batsman in the world, who has been in a good bit of form, having some 50s up until this point. Now he found it very hard at start, being a little tentative with his shots, while KL Rahul was on his other end, was batting a little more freely than the captain. But as time went on, he began to become busy, look for the singles, try as well look for the doubles, and played his shots on merit. Now the pair put on a score of 69 together before KL Rahul was out by Holder. Now this was the period of the game where the West Indies controlled the match. With working in tandem, Kimaru and Jason Holder put a stifling hold on the Indian batsmen. They rarely got any shots off the square, and when they did, they have to look for the singles as best as they could. The boundaries were not on offer, and it put a lot of pressure on the batsmen. Now Kohli motored along to make his 50, but he found it hard to have a steady partner on the other end. They were getting quick hits at regular intervals, the West Indies, especially with Kimaru bowling so well. And with the entrance of MS Dhoni to the fold, they thought that this would be the rebuilding process needed for the Indian team. However, Kohli was not there for long with Dhoni. He fell to Jason Holder, his opposite number, and was quite distraught with himself, seeing that he was only on 72, missing out on another 100. On the day, Dhoni was a bit out of sorts. He even tried chipping on the wicket to Fabian Allen and was almost stumped. Thankfully for him, Shea Hope muffed the ball and it was not able to out the experienced batsman. But he still struggled along in his batting. He was partnered with Hardik Pandya, who came in at starts was a bit tentative, only for like about 10 balls or so, but again started to play freely as he normally does, hitting the ball to all parts when it comes to the leg side and maybe even straighter, not so much on the offside. This partnership recorded 70 runs between them, with Pandya being the aggressor. And when Pandya fell for 46 and then Shami in quick succession afterwards to the soldier, who got 2 wickets in that quick succession, India looked in a bit of bother and they expected the experienced Dhoni to bring it home for them. And so he did, motoring along to his 50 as well as hitting a 6 off the last ball of the innings for the Indians. It was vintage Dhoni on show, helping the score to reach up to 268 for 7 after 50 overs. Now, as we saw a trend with the World Cup and going into the World Cup, we thought it would be a high scoring World Cup, where again scores in excess of 300 on regular basis. So on a pitch that seemed that it was more suited for batting and the Indian team getting only 268, the West Indies felt a little confident that they will chase down the score without any problems. However, when you took a look at the pitch, it did get a bit drier as the day goes on. In comparison to when it started off, it was more suited for the bowlers of the pace, but as it got drier, you would think the factor that the Indian team have a good spin duo with Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav will play a part in the way the game will turn out. With Evan Lewis out with injury, Sunil Amrit came into the team, making his World Cup debut. Now he has been performing well in the regional circuit as well as leading up to the World Cup. He played well in Chinese series. So it was nice to see this youngster getting his chance on the international stage on the biggest of stages, which is a World Cup match against India. Now he and Chris Gayle looked to give the West Indies a good start, and the ploy looked like if they were looking to occupy the crease and then as time goes along fire at the end, knowing that the strength of the West Indies batting lineup is very explosive. However, the combination of quality seam bowling, spin bowling, as well as frustration as a result of lack of concentration led to the crumbling of the West Indies batting lineup, with them eventually being out down for 143, and in that resulting of them being out of contention for semi-finals and more or less their World Cup coming to an end. Now they do have 2 remaining matches where they can play for pride and come out strong and show that they are not a team that could be easily rolled over. But I know a lot of West Indians will be turned off because there's no point really playing for the game, being dead rubbers. But I still believe that the West Indies should go out with a purpose and show that they have some fight, although they haven't showed much of that throughout the tournament. They should go out and show that they have some fight and put on a performance for the spectators in the stands. Now, next for them is Sri Lanka. How will they fare against the Lions of the subcontinent? We'll have to wait and see.